Hello and welcome to another session of our Wednesday webinar. I am thrilled to be here today with you, Grand Canyon's Canyon Professional Development with Chloe Zwicker, an amazing individual who brings K-12 teachers exactly what they need, classroom support using GCU Live Lessons. This is something that's going to blow your socks off, so just wait till we get started. Chloe, if you wouldn't mind just explaining a little bit about who you are, what you do, and what we're about to see.
Yeah, thank you, Corey. I am so excited to be here. I get the awesome opportunity to work directly with our program specialists and with college faculty who develop these sessions that we offer to high school students. So it's great content, great curriculum, very excited about it. But before we get into it, I do just want to play a video to help set the scene so you guys can get a peek at what we do here.
Sounds great.
GCU Live Lessons are a free way for students and teachers to engage in valuable career-focused experiences. Live lessons can be accessed from anywhere in the world on a computer with internet access. Lessons can be brought into both face-to-face and virtual classrooms, making them available to students in all situations. Every lesson is an innovative opportunity to participate in an interactive activity specific to an area of interest. Participants develop hands-on skills and complete curriculum designed by GCU's college experts and faculty.
If we get these kinds of experiences on a regular basis, the kids really get to do hands-on activities. So I can stand up in front of the class all day long and talk about how important college is, but they're not going to believe it unless they really get to do things that are activity-based.
These free, high-level academic experiences are easy to schedule and can accommodate varying class sizes and timetables. All you need to do is select from our wide array of options and schedule your lesson. Each 45-minute lesson is perfect for high school students, distance learners, homeschooling families, and community college students to expand their skills and explore areas of interest. To learn more about GCU Live Lessons and view a full list of lesson offerings, visit gcu.edu/live lessons today.
Well, Chloe, I'm already sold. I saw so much going on there, and I saw so much hands-on interaction. I just I'm just thrilled to know even more, drill a little bit deeper. And so I asked you to pick a quote for today to set our stage for learning. So would you explain what you picked and why?
Absolutely. So I picked a quote here from Albert Einstein, and it says, "Education is not the learning of facts, but the training of the mind to think." I just love this quote because, as you could tell, even just from the videos, we have a lot of hands-on opportunities with these lessons. And our goal with all of our lessons is to have the students apply real things that they're learning to a career path, whether it be hands-on, group work, sharing presentations. They're not just obtaining information, but they're also teaching it to their friends, teaching it to their class, and really utilizing the things that they're learning. So I think it's a great quote that applies to what we like here at Live Lessons.
Oh my goodness. You said all the buzzwords. And as I look at this slide, I see even more buzzwords that make me happy as a teacher. Free, interactive, hands-on, career path, in-person or virtual. Wow. I mean, like I said, you had me at hello. So let's drill a little bit deeper into exactly what they are. I saw the suturing of a banana, which is really cool. I'm a computer science. I used to teach computer science. So I saw some computer science. I think it was cybersecurity. So that's exciting to me. But there are plenty of career paths that you represent because obviously it's a university. So are you really scanning or spanning the entire university career path option with GCU Live Lessons?
Yeah, absolutely. We have lessons that represent each of our colleges here on campus. We also have more generalized lessons that can be professional development as well. So our goal is really to touch every area possible.
Incredible. Tell us a little bit about how we would use a GCU Live lesson.
Yeah, absolutely. So I have 4 tips here for really the 4 main ways we see educators using our lessons. I'm going to give a brief overview here, and then we'll get a little bit more in depth with it as well. But just starting off with the first tip, you can see that teachers use our lessons to enhance their current curriculum, right? We'll get into that a little bit later, but that's a little bit flashy, right? You definitely always want to enhance what you're already teaching. It's not distracting from it, it's enhancing it. So then with tip number 2 here, we also have educators use our lessons to host unique experience for clubs and extracurriculum extracurriculars even outside of the classroom. And then we also have teachers who use these as a lesson plan for substitutes when they have planned time off to really help fill that time and not be concerned about what's being taught in their classroom. And then lastly, we also use our lessons to help students develop life skills and professional skills, and that's in that more general category.
Wow. Okay. I really love tip 2 and 3, but I want to enhance what I do, and I can't wait to hear more about each one of these. So tell us how successful they are.
Of course, yeah. So starting here with curriculum enhancement, I love this quote we have from our teacher here. So it says, the kids loved getting to handle the sheep brains, and it really connected to the content they had just recently learned in class. And I love this because
sheep brains?
Yes,
Brains?
yes, we ship sheep brains, all of the materials that go with our lessons, we ship completely for free, and sheep brains is part of that. So it's super awesome. Yes, so
How cool.
that's why it enhances it, because we're giving teachers and students access to materials they may not regularly have access to. And like I said, it's free, so it's not really costing you anything other than a quick chance that you're taking to see how this goes, and it's always great. So that's why I love this quote. And it's not just sheep brains, we also have that suture lesson. We have lots of engineering materials we ship as well. And so the goal really is to come alongside curriculum you're already teaching and just add that extra flashy step and expose students to really cool opportunities. So most teachers already have DNA courses they have to teach. We already have teachers who are physics teachers teaching specific concepts, and we have lessons that pair with that already. So again, it's not taking away from class time, it's really improving it.
Oh my gosh. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to have to order the sheep brains. So if GCU will do that for me, yes, I'm excited. Thank you. What else can it be used for?
So here we're talking about extracurricular. So we host lessons for lots of clubs. These are both at the state and nationwide level. So we have presented at conferences. We've also presented on smaller scale for just a student government at a specific school. And we really like to provide these opportunities for clubs because a lot of the students in these clubs are looking for that extra step to look to the future and prepare for a career, right? So we've worked with all of these clubs and more just to provide options for events they're having after school, at lunchtime, summer events. We can always do special events for these groups. Yep.
So Chloe, if I am the advisor of obviously HOSA, because we're talking about sheep brains and suturing bananas, I would love for you to come in and present to my up to 200 students in my HOSA club. Could I also do it as a district? For example, like if we rented out the district building and then we had all of our high schools come, would that be a possibility?
Yeah, definitely. And we have hosted larger events like that as well. So anytime we get special requests, we always do our best to accommodate larger class sizes and really even bring in our program specialists to partner with us on those as well.
That is so cool. And also, if you had the smaller class sizes, it's probably a better experience. So I'd love to keep it in my own class, but I'm sure that everybody's going to be jealous once I do that. So this one really excites me. Being a teacher who was out of the classroom, either for a conference or something like that. Tell me about this concept.
Absolutely. So Ashley says it really well here. She said, live lessons are a great way to fill class time that I am unable to lesson plan for. This works for subs and for days where I need more support in the classroom. So we know you may not always know when you need a sub, but if you especially have planned time off, lessons are a great way to know that you're going to have 40 to 45 minutes of your class time filled where you don't have to provide a super detailed lesson plan for a sub to follow. And you can know that your students are still going to be learning great curriculum. So that's great. And on days where you maybe need more support, maybe you have some catch up to do and you still want to make sure your students are learning and you want to fill your class time that way, we're a great option as well.
And I also see that if I need the support and I stay and I watch the lesson, I'm going to get tips and tricks from you all, from the college faculty that put this together. So that's another total win in that situation. Thank you. All right, this is interesting. Tell me a little bit more.
Yeah, so we like to talk about life skills development with high school students because specifically me graduating a couple of years ago, I know I got to college and really wished I learned a lot of things in school, right? So we know we have lots of career development counselors out there and career and college counselors that work with high school students who want to give them these skills. So we have a specific category on our website for professional development. These are some great examples here. We have resume and interview prep, enhanced professionalism in a technological world where they learn to communicate professionally over email and social media, leadership development, innovative thinking, financial literacy. All of these are great examples of skills that students can learn, not just in school, but also use in their everyday life and in the future. So that's why we always like to talk about this as an option, because we have quite a few high school counselors who look for these lessons as well.
Oh my goodness. Yes. So if you have, I mean, often high school counselors will be the ones who will teach homeroom classes, right? Like second period or something like that. So they could literally bring you in, because I don't know about you, but I've heard that high school counselors are a little busy, 1 to 500, one student to five, or one counselor to 500 students. That's crazy. So this is an opportunity for a counselor to bring GCU Live Lesson in. And these people who teach this lesson are university, I would assume, individuals who have a lot of experience in job skill development, resume development, etc.
So a lot of the people who are teaching these lessons are actually current college students who are using these skills right now. So they're able to provide real life experience in how they've used these skills and help students get to the next step.
Oh, just music to my ears. I love it. How do I do it? How do I get into this?
Awesome. Yeah, of course. So we're going to walk through how to book lessons. I'll show you guys our website and our scheduling page as well. You can absolutely scan this QR code and follow along on your phone, or type in that web address as well. I'm going to talk through it on these next few slides, but absolutely follow along if you would like. But let's just jump right into it and head to that next page here.
All right, and I just took a picture using my camera on my iPhone or your Android. Scan that QR code and follow along if you like.
Awesome. So when you do scan it, this is what the page should look like that it'll take it to. This is our homepage on GCU's website. So if it doesn't take you there, maybe try again, or we'll show you that QR code again at the end here in a moment as well.
And don't worry, it's going to be in the show notes.
Yep,
you can just watch now and you can see it later in the show notes.
Awesome. So then if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see there is a live lesson request button. We'll get to that in a moment, but I want you to make sure that you have a chance to explore the website before you go in and book one. So a really great place to start is right at the top, where you can see some of our most popular lessons are listed. I always recommend here, if you're not sure where to start, you just want to get a taste of live lessons, one of these is a great option here at the top. And then if you scroll down a little bit farther, you can see our next section, and it'll show you our full catalog. So if we go to the next page here.
Thank you.
Is
that right?
Yep, this will be right after that top section that shows most popular lessons. You can then scroll down and see the rest of our catalog here. And if you click any of those plus signs, it expands a little bit. So Corey, if you show this next page here, it'll show what it looks like when you expand it. So for example, if you're looking at business, if you press that plus sign, it shows a description, the title of the lesson, so you can get a brief run through of what the students would be learning in that session. So definitely encourage you to check out that before you go ahead and book, just so you can kind of see what your options are. So Corey, if you move to the next part, let's show them how to get back to that scheduling button. So like I mentioned, the GCU Live lesson request here, if you click that, it does take you to our scheduling site. Again, that's towards the top of the page, but if you click that, it should take us to a new page. So I believe it'll circle it for you here, that button. If you didn't see it before, it's right there. So it'll take us to our scheduling site.
Fantastic. And then after when I hit schedule or book the live lesson, this is what comes up?
Yes, so we use Calendly, if you're familiar with Calendly at all, but it will open a new tab for you guys and take you to our scheduling site. Everything that's listed here matches how it's listed on our site. So if you were looking at the cybersecurity section on our website, we have a calendar that matches that. Same with mathematics and business. So you always just want to match the calendar to the section you were looking at on our website. So say I selected the psychology and counseling section, I would then click on it. It would take me to a new page as well. All right, so if you select psychology and counseling, it'll then take you to the calendar for that category. Then you can see what the next available date is. As you can see, that date is actually about a month from the day that we're recording this. So it does fill up very quickly. So if I want to go ahead and schedule on the 22nd and I click that, you'll see it opens another page as well. And it starts to show you the times available. We have our times listed in 10-minute increments to try to accommodate as many class times as possible as far as when they start throughout the day, because we do run these for schools all over the country. We try to accommodate as many time zones as possible. So the best thing to do is just pick the start time that's closest to when your class starts. So say you have an 8 a.m. class, I would go ahead and click that, and it would open up to a form for you to fill out.
Okay.
Then we make it super simple here. You just provide your name and your email. We always want to know what your job role is so we can help know who we're working with, phone number and school that you are with as well. We may need to contact you for any shipping needs, things like that. So you fill that information in, and then you can also select your lesson of interest at this point. So you first select the category that you're looking at, which is that psychology and counseling category, and then you select which lesson under that category that you're trying to book, because we can offer any lesson, anytime, any day, basically. So that's why we have it listed like that. So if you go to the next page here, you can see the next sections that you need to fill out. We ask for a mailing address, again, for shipping materials, number of students, the length of the class period, so we can make sure we're not taking up more than you have available. Again, these lessons are 40 to 45 minutes long, so we always try to make sure that you have enough class for us to go through all of the content. And then if your students are traditional or virtual, because again, we can accommodate both settings. So we do host lessons for students learning from home if that's the position that they're in, but we also host them for traditional classrooms as well.
And then what do you not do, Chloe? I'm so
we do it all.
Do you sleep at night? That's my question. My goodness. I also wanted to just say, I know they're asking for your phone number here, but I'm also thinking about if I'm in a virtual situation and I lose connectivity, it's nice to have the phone number to be able to say, hey, teacher, are you coming back on, or what have you? So that's also a very good, I would recommend a cell phone number. That's just my 3 cents, because I'm already ready to book. So, okay.
Yes. And then I always like to mention this last box down here. You may notice that all of our meetings are automatically generated through Zoom. However, we do also accommodate Microsoft Teams and Google Meets. So we just ask you to specify if that's the platform that you need, and we'll take next steps from there to get that correct link generated for you guys as well. And then you click schedule event, and pretty much all of the work you have to do to get it scheduled is done at that point. We make it super easy.
So that was like not even 2 pages, because it's 1 page on the web. But I mean, you just made it a lot easier to go through exactly what you have to do. I can't imagine what could be easier. So, wow. What after I do that, then like magic happens?
Basically. So once you click schedule event, it'll let us know that you scheduled an event. You should expect confirmation emails from us, which will include the meeting links that you will join. Any activity sheets your students will be using will also attach to that confirmation email. And then if it does require shipping materials, you also receive a notification once those are shipped, and a tracking number as well. So we handle all of the communication from then on. So really the goal would be that all you need to do is get that box from the front office if you got materials, and click that meeting link when it's time to start, and you're ready to go. So we really take care of everything at that point. And the good news is that since we do have an email and a phone number for you, if we have any clarifying questions, we'll reach out within 1 to 2 business days to get that all settled before we book you.
This is just incredible. So as a former classroom teacher, and I also, I do some adjunct faculty work and that sort of piece. And I do occasionally substitute at my son's school. So as a substitute teacher, could I, as long as I'm with the district, I could actually book this and bring it in if I'm a substitute, not because as a parent, as someone who's interested in making sure my kid, when there's a substitute, has a real quality lesson, you do it all for me. Like, I wish you were around back in the day. This was just amazing. I see activity sheets, folks. They're making your copies for you. This is amazing. So if you're going to do it in a traditional setting or even virtual, it sounds like if there's an activity sheet that goes along with, I don't know, the sheep's brain or the magic 8-ball, which is a computer science one that I just love, a coding lesson. I mean, and I don't know if you have that anymore, but it was just such a cool lesson. I'm here to tell you folks, this can't be easier as a classroom teacher. When you say classroom support service, this is really supportive. So thank you, Chloe, for what you do. Anything else on this slide, or shall I move ahead?
We're good here. I just want to provide our contact information on the next slide. If you have more questions that are not answered by our website, were not answered by this webinar, you can always email us right here at this email account. We have a really quick response rate, again, 1 to 2 business days, and we'll get back to you and help you figure out if there's a special event you're trying to book, or if you just have specific questions. We are very happy to answer them at that email.
Wow, you render me speechless, and that rarely happens, Chloe. So thank you so much. I hope that y'all have been able to take a screenshot. Obviously, if you're already online to book this, you can already see what the magic secret sauce is, and it sounds to me like it's supporting K-12 teachers. And I know that GCU, myself included, we are here to serve and support you. So I hope that you were able to get a takeaway in there. And I hope that you're able to scan this QR code, or at least go to GCU Live Lessons to check it out and book it now is my thought for you right here. Book it now whenever you're watching this video so that you can plan ahead. So Chloe, I really appreciate your time, your expertise today. And I want to remind you all that we are here to empower, educate, and inspire our community so they take action to fulfill their purpose and to serve others. So please go on out and serve one another by bringing in GCU Live Lessons and making your life easier so that you can fill your well and therefore fill the wells of your students. Thank you all so much. And don't forget to subscribe for some more free PD. Until next time, this has been your Wednesday webinar.